Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne. And this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be romantic rebounds and determining if she's really interested. So I got 3 different emails, and all these guys are kind of trying to figure out where they stand with these particular women. And so the first one's interesting. The guy started seeing this girl who's actually still living with her boyfriend, but they've broken up and are going their separate ways. So that's kind of a sticky situation. He even goes over there and hangs out with her, hooks up with her, even though she's living with the boyfriend. I wrote about a girl like that in my book. I remember I went to pick her up. She had kids. She lived with her ex-husband, and they were on good terms. The girl was a mess. She was beautiful, but it's kind of unusual when you go to pick a girl up for a first date. It's like, oh, this is my ex-husband. Oh, this is my ex-boyfriend. I think everybody should get to enjoy that at least once or twice in their life. But hey, some people can have a breakup and end on good terms. Look at Tom Brady and Giselle. Well, they all looked like everything was happy, and then they split up, and they had an amicable split and divorce. He signed off. I can just imagine what his DMs on Instagram look like right now. So I got 2 other emails. One, a guy started seeing a girl from work, then it kind of went sideways. And another one, a guy got a number from a girl at a gym, and she kind of gave him a weird response, but she still gave it to him with a smile. And so he's texted her, and he's waiting to hear from her. It's like he sent her the text, sent the email, and he's like, what does this mean? So these are some good emails, because these are kind of like, just you never know what you're going to encounter in life. Weird situations where you're like, it seems like there's something there, but not really sure. So let's go through the first guy's email. He says, hey, Coach, I started seeing a girl who still lives with her ex-boyfriend 3 months ago. He says, I know, drama, but honestly, this was out of my comfort zone. So that's actually why I entertained the relationship, because I wanted to grow and test my own insecurities. She obviously was hot. So you're willing to look past that. But hey, you're young, whatever. As long as there's no drama and the guy's not like angry or pissed off. I have not encountered that when I've gone to pick a girl up. That when I was younger, I wouldn't do that today, but when I was younger, going to pick a girl up and, oh, this is my ex-husband, or oh, this is my ex-boyfriend and we're moving out and whatever. It happens. Hey, if the girl likes you and things are on good terms, it's important. It's got to be on good terms, not where there's a nasty breakup. 99% of the time, I would never get involved, but hey, this guy wanted to roll the dice. So he says, we hung out, hooked up, and even started hanging out over there when he was there. After 2 months, she asked me out, and I said no at first, and not until her ex moves out, who is planning to move out in a month. And I eventually said, all right, we can be together. But in my mind, it was still just a casual hookup. He says, just taking it for what it is. The other night, we were laying in bed, and we started talking about me selling my house and moving in. Come on, man. Jeez. She's still living with the ex-boyfriend. And you're all like, oh, yeah, let's live together. Come on, dude. He says, from what I understand your work, that was a mistake talking about the future. You shouldn't be talking about moving in. And the girl literally is still living with her ex-boyfriend. The thirst is real. That's what you can tell from these emails. The thirst is real. I personally wouldn't want to get involved in this situation, but the guy's young. I did it when I was younger. Like I say, you just got to be careful, as long as the dude's not a psycho. He says, we got in a very small disagreement, and she asked me to leave. Oh, that sounds like fun. I left and acted as if it didn't even faze me. She texted me that night about going to restaurants and hanging out next weekend, and I responded casually. The next day, I waited for her to contact me, which she did. She texted me and said, I hope you have a good night at work, and then asked me, are you sure you want me to be your girlfriend? Let me do a girl voice. Are you sure you want me to be your girlfriend? He says, my reply was, yes. Do you want to be my girlfriend? I would not have been agreeing to that, dude. She lives with her boyfriend. Come on. But he's new to my work, so maybe we give him a mulligan this time around. He says, I believe that was a mistake, and I should have just said yes and left it at that. Well, I wouldn't have gotten serious. I would have just said, yeah, maybe down the road, once your ex-boyfriend has moved out and you're kind of resettled, I wouldn't be entertaining moving in with her. I wouldn't even suggesting that, dude. That is just dumb. You can tell when he's a young guy, no experience. She hasn't replied yet, and I'm wondering why she would ask this. She's feeling you out. Because probably she's monkey branching from living with the boyfriend to potentially living with you. Because after all, he's still about a month away, and that's what it sounds like. She's hoping you'll be her new roommate. I would not move in with her, dude. Come on. Whew. My thought is either she wants to break up or she wanted reassurance that I'll be there because her ex is moving out next week. Oh, so it's getting closer. He says, I'm just going to play it cool either way, and I'm into her, but I will be phased in either way. Even though I'm very interested in her, I know there are lots of women still out there, but I would like to continue seeing her. Well, you should continue seeing her and seeing other girls. You shouldn't be committed to her. She lives with her boyfriend, an ex-boyfriend. He says, my question is, why do you think she asked this? Because she doesn't like the idea of going it alone. She wants to make sure that you're going to be there for her, because otherwise, if you say no, there'll probably be other dudes. She says, and what do you think I should do? Just let her be and let the cat come back to me? Yeah, in this case, when you're dealing with a girl who lives with her boyfriend, you should be letting her do almost 100% of the pursuing. I wouldn't be doing any, because you should look at this as like a low quality prospect. I mean, what she should have done is broken up with the boyfriend and moved on with her life, but hey, life is messy. It didn't happen in this case. It doesn't mean 100% of the time it's a bad deal. It just means that the odds are that it's probably not going to be a good deal. He said, I'm not going to text and just play off her texting and reaching out to me. And my plan is to not bring you up moving in together. Get back on my own personal mission and just play it cool. Yeah, dude, I wouldn't even be considering moving in with a girl like this for at least a couple of years of dating and see how she is. Because you don't know. She might get a roommate. You might date for a few months, and she might be monkey branching to another guy. You don't know what her integrity level is like. You don't know if she's going to keep her word. You don't know if she's loyal and faithful. You have no idea. Right now, she's living with the ex, and you're assuming nothing is going on. You're just trusting her word. So, on to the next. Email number 2. He says, hi, Corey. I'm on my second read of your book and watching some videos. Great work. I wish I found you years ago and before this situation. I have been seeing someone I work with who set up date number 2 and number 3 in 1 week, just like you described, which I wish I knew at the time was a mistake, but at least I now know thanks to you. Well, if she's reaching out to you, like I talk about in 3% Man, so you go out on your first date, goes well. A couple days later, she's texting you. You make the next date, you go out. And then the next day she texts you again. You're like, hey, come over. So there's nothing wrong with that because it's her idea, especially if she's bringing up getting together. So he says, so about 2 weeks ago, I ended things with her as she was stopping at physical intimacy and was canceling dates. Yeah. Out of here. So I said, see ya. Her reasons were too much work and trying to work somewhere else due to the workload. So she was putting things off. But my take to her was people will find time for who they want to. That's true. If she likes you, she will help you. She will make it easy for you to get to her front door and inside her bedroom, or your bedroom for that matter. And the fact that she's stopping at the intimacy and is saying, oh, well, it's work, I'm just stressed, that tells me her attraction dropped. He says, the day after we cut things off, he says. The day after she cut things off, she stood frozen with her head down, leaving herself vulnerable to looking weird to people as I walked right past her. I would just walk by and say, hey, you, if you're walking right by her. I wouldn't go over to her, go out of your way to talk to her. If you see her, you make eye contact, smile, wink at her, wave, and then just keep going about your business. Whatever you do, don't go to her. Let her come to you. He says, come to find out later, it wasn't her feeling awkward about it. As later, she stood an inch away from me at my desk, talking sweetly, which is also risky because nobody knows, and as our boss was just 6 feet away. The next day, she put herself in my presence for no reason and dropped what she was pretending to be doing when I spoke to her. I then figured out the frozen bit was her wanting me to approach her, though she didn't want to talk about it when I later brought it up. So, due to this effort and actions by her, I asked if she wanted to give this a second shot when she finds a different job. I wouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have brought that. You're at work. She's coming up to you. Remember, she pushed you away. She stopped the intimacy. So she ended it. She's got to pick things back up. It's up to her to fix it since she messed it up. But you're making it too easy for her. She was all in, so we're on hold. And no, I don't say that as a good thing. Yeah. There's nothing going on. What she's wanting you to do is be her backup plan while she explores something with somebody else potentially. He says, I'm curious on your take on this effort by her. All she did was walk by you and you just lost it. Oh, second chance? Please pay attention to me. Do you think she's for real or am I just an emotional tampon? I think your thirst is real. I think you're trying too hard. You're making it too easy. This girl pushed you away and now all she does is come over and stand next to you and you're like, oh, she wants a second try. But if you take a step back, what happened? Nothing changed. She just said, we can have a second try after I get a new job. More than likely, after she gets a new job, you'll probably never hear from her again, but she sure likes the attention. If I were you, I'd be talking to the other girls in the office. Even if you don't like them, just give your attention to other women. Don't give your attention to women that put you on hold. A woman that puts you on hold knows that she's got you by the short hairs and that you'll wait around like a little puppy dog. It's not attractive. A man of value is going to say, hey, well, if you want to get together, reach out. I'd never call, text her for any reason. I wouldn't put your life on hold. I'd be dating other women. I can't believe you agreed to that. That was just dumb. Dumb. He says, all this was before finding your work, so she would be experiencing a slightly different me if it happens. Again, she pushed you away, she messed it up, she's got to fix it. Therefore, all the pursuing needs to be done by her. And her coming over and standing next to you at work, the best thing to do is nothing at all in that particular case. Because again, she pushed you away. She told you because of work. Oh, it's because of work, I'm so stressed. I got other things going on, I just can't do it right now. What happened was you probably became dopey and she saw that you were weak and she friend zoned you, but she likes the attention. And she didn't have to do much. All she had to do is come stand next to you and you're like, ooh, I got another chance. Read the book, dude. Apply it. Look at 7 Principles, get an X back. I wouldn't be doing the things that you're doing. If you see her at work, smile, wave. Don't go out of your way to talk to her. If she comes over to talk to you, that's nice. But she's got to call or text you outside of work. And then you can just invite her over. She calls you after 10 o'clock at night. Just say, come on over. So let's go to the third email. He says, hey, Corey, love the new material. I'm new to it, but I've already seen a self-confidence boost because of it. I'm already scheduled how I'll be reading the book the 10 times before April to get everything sucked into my brain. I have a question about body language and a girl giving me her number. I noticed this beautiful woman at the gym. I interacted with her for 3 days. You should have pulled the trigger the first time if there's chemistry there. The more you hesitate, the higher the likelihood is. If you hesitate, you'll masturbate. First 2 was a simple introduction and then complimenting how much she was killing it in her workout. Day 3, I grabbed the treadmill next to hers. As I looked towards her, I said, hey, how's the run going? I saw her roll her eyes, not a good sign, as she took out her earbuds. Honestly, I wasn't sure if it was an expression of it sucks or why the hell are you here? I would say it's the latter. Why the hell are you here? That's not a good sign. But then she instantly put on this big smile and said hi. Hi, I'm so glad you came over. Oh, God. Here's my number. Just get away from me, please. He says, we chatted for a few moments. The vibe felt right. And she was friendly and answering my quick questions that I said I'd love to take her out sometime. She said yes, and I got her number. Leaving it there, I finished my workout and went home. This was literally the day before Thanksgiving. I texted her right after getting her number. No response to that. And then the Saturday after Thanksgiving, today, is a holiday weekend, dude. I texted her a cute comment about what we talked about and with a question with the intention that when she answers, I'll set up a date. should have just gone right for the date, but I would have been texting her on the weekend, man. Read the book. Read the book. Learn the material. If you're getting a phone number and you get that kind of an eye roll, yeah, I'd be texting her Tuesday, Wednesday of the following week, bro. That's just a bad sign when you get that. He's like, I guess we will see based on any response to my text, but it took me by surprise and made me wonder if a girl is presenting such a negative body language at the beginning of the interaction, is that a moment to just suppose that she's not into it? Like I'm a 4 or below in her eyes on a scale of attraction towards me? Or is it better to cut it now? Well, there's nothing to cut. There's nothing happening. You got her number and you text her. So I assume when he got the number, he just said, hey, this is Bob. Nice chatting with you in the gym. She ignored that. She could have liked it. If she really liked you, she would have at least liked that message. Or she would have engaged you and, oh, hey, it was nice meeting you too. But the fact that she ignored you lines up with the eye roll. And if you've texted her on Saturday and she hasn't responded, it's pretty... I wouldn't text her again for any reason. I would just delete the number. If you see her at the gym, smile, wave to her. Don't go out of your way. Go talk to the other girls in the gym. Don't talk to her. Just act like she's invisible, like you don't see her. If you make eye contact, smile, wave, but just go about your business. Don't go over and talk to her. Be talking to prettier girls in the gym than her. I would say probably not going to go anywhere. She's not into it. There's no enthusiasm with the eye roll. That was a bad, bad thing. So if you got a question or challenge and you'd like to get my help, go to understandrelationships.com, click the products tab at the top of your screen, and book a coaching session with yours truly. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.